She is?
The door. Yeah, she's at the front door.
You want to send her up back here? Up. Knock to the front door. No one came.
You get a lot of guys trying to argue private property access. They don't come out. We just contact landlords.
Yeah.
Or we come back the next day, or the next time you work.
Yeah.
Just note a lot of cooperation does not go a long ways with us. You're gonna be so angry at me.
You know, there's a job to do for everybody has a job and a role to play in this. Includes. This is my role as the parent.
Viewer discretion advised. This program contains violent content that may be disturbing for some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Is it just me, or is it hella annoying that everyone's like, blah, blah, blah. Dylan and Beth totally could have not heard. Look at the Bundy crimes. Bitch! Bundy killed them girls in a mansion, bruh. Whole different story than living at 1122 King. Although, you know, I've lived in some ghetto shit before, and that's a big-ass house. But it ain't mansion big. Bottom line, it ain't no Tallahassee Chi Omega mansion. Okay? But I guess they could have been in the tunnels. Yep. They were at the residence. Same could be said for Ethan and Xana. Those seeking to virtue signal would imply that justice should only be served to those with enough societal juice, those deemed worthy. It should have never happened to them. So should it have happened to a sex worker? A drug addict? I beg to differ. So let's just reflect on the notion that Bethany and Dylan are not telling the truth as it is told. It happened to occur to me, we've been really missing the other side of the house. We rarely get to see what it looks like from across the street. So I did a little peeping. Okay, peeking, because peeping's just weird. If I were not a creep, with an investigative, innocent, and totally non-creepy purpose, were to creep around the house and look over, what the hell? The King Roadhouse has a set of steps that totally would ease the pedestrian on their stride up that hill. Up the hill. Now, you want to go even deeper? Let's go back a few years. Stairs are still there, but the house is not. It's a slab. Or what the hell is that? It looks like a one-story house with steps leading up to the roof to me. I don't know. It's kind of a terrible picture, of course, but what are you gonna do? Speaking of looking for subterranean areas, I happened to spot a cave during that convoy video while the police are convoying the garbage truck to wherever the hell it goes. Now, this house is one of the ones that has requested that it not be on the Google Maps aerial footage or the street view footage. But you can see it's got a very interesting infrastructure here. It's got lots of steps, and it appears to be right in front of the King Road house because, or like right to the side of it. Because, I mean, as soon as you step over, boom, you can see the house that's on the other corner adjacent from the King Road house. As Alice said, I can't go back to yesterday. I'm different now than I was then. And I'm a Bama girl, roll tide. I mean, how the hell am I supposed to think about subterranean options? We can't really dig where I'm from unless you just want to go play in the mud. You can dig a mud puddle. Anyway, our ditches are above ground. But on places like the coast, many times our storm sewage pipes are big enough to drive a Mack truck through. Although some people seem to have gotten my last video confused, I was merely trying to find an exit from, normal ground level to subterranean level, and in theory, see if they could access a more clandestine system or network after they've tunneled through whatever secondary system they built to get through that private storm sewage that they are installing. But they are very intent on it. They are, in fact, spending money on it now. There's videos on their website right now discussing the storm sewage. They're gonna put it up with some carrots and peas. So good, make you want to slap your mama. Just kidding. It's just storm water. But that shit has lots of pesticides and stuff. So there's like this whole federal government that'll come in and jump up on your ass if you start dumping things into federal waters that have a high rate of hazardous materials. What drain or who exactly is dumping anything hazardous, or why there's a sudden increase in the hazardous materials being dumped. We'll see if I ever get around to it. But check it out. I'm going to read you my sane people list for why I can't go backwards. A, for all of us Southerners who will stick their nose in and go, tunnels, that's crazy. No, it's actually not. There's like this whole thing where people have cities, malls, hospitals, and older universities who've always been making their own steam power since way back in the day. Not to mention the nuclear universities who've been making their own nuclear power since back in the day. Circa back in the mother day. WSU and Idaho are no different. Both of them have steam tunnels which power their universities. Alright, so obviously they could just be using the steam tunnels. But maintenance guys and a lot of legitimate purposes also use the steam tunnels, so my guess is you'd only use the steam as much as possible, not to mention that it gets pretty dangerous and cold down there. Haha, just kidding, hot. So, all of the WSU tunnels are fairly open and in the public, and they look fairly straight. They're 7 miles long, and coincidentally, if you hit a straight line towards Moscow, it's a little bit less than 7 miles to get to Idaho University, IOU. IOU is no different. They make their own power, apparently by burning wood and maybe coal, I think. I have to go back and read it. It's been like a whole few hours, and I took in lots of info at one time. Okay, so guess what? University of Idaho has since removed their video that would have showed us their steam system and their little power plant that they run in the University of Idaho. Not only does it power the university, but it also powers University Heights. University Heights is that area of homes that's technically off campus, but obviously pertaining to these murders. That's what I heard anyway, in a book once, called the Latah County Assessor's Office, where also, check it out, I was able to find where the owner of the University Heights property, before it had been sold off to multiple people,
In April 2019, Nigel Jaffe penned an article titled Steam Tunnels: Legends from the Underground. This captivating piece delved into the enduring tales surrounding the network of tunnels hidden beneath a college campus. According to Jaffe, these tunnels were originally constructed in the early 20th century to connect the central heating plant's utility lines to various buildings on campus. Over time, their size and notoriety grew, and they became a subject of fascination for students seeking secretive pathways across campus. One of the most intriguing aspects of the tunnels was the ongoing cat-and-mouse game between campus safety and security and the students who ventured into the underground passages. Jaffe recounted a chilling anecdote corroborated by Director of CSS, Dave Boyer. The student required a significant number of stitches to reattach their scalp, lending an air of truth to the hair-raising legends. Jaffe also revealed that the tunnel's history at the college dates back to at least the late 1920s, as documented in an article by Richard Duffield in December 1949. Duffield's piece, titled Subterranean Tunnel System Shrouds College Campus in Mystery, Danger, compared the tunnels to New York City's subway lines and praised the ingenious purposes students found for them. Senior project manager Jason Moran confirmed the tunnel's existence predating the 1930s, with their original purpose being the installation and maintenance of steam pipes. Moran described the tunnels as varying in size, from accommodating utility conduits to larger passageways used by maintenance staff. Further insight into the tunnel structural details was provided by Bob Wright, the executive director for facilities operations. Wright remarked on the tunnel's long-standing association with mystery and intrigue, noting that additional precautions were eventually implemented to deter students from infiltrating them. Jaffe's article painted a vivid picture of the steam tunnels beneath the college campus, steeped in legends and tales passed down through generations of students. It highlighted the allure and fascination surrounding these hidden underground passageways, forever etching them into the college's folklore.
You are now in the presence of a